You've seen this guy, certainly in terms of recruiting and seen him on TV as well. How good is Deandre Ayton? How NBA ready is he right now?
I think he's very NBA ready. I think if you look at his body, he's a physical specimen. He's put together very well. He'll be able to go out and withstand the rigors of an 82-game season and all the banging and the physicality at that level.
Question marks are defensive.
Yeah.
And that's true for about half the draft.
Yeah, more than half, right?
Maybe more than half the draft.
So the question with him is, you know, in a league where increasingly you're playing small ball and you're isolating bigs on point guards off of screen and roll action, can he do that on a regular basis? Can he get stops against elite level point guards? And it's a fair question. I think he's gotten a lot better at it in the last few weeks and months, and really kind of zeroing in on that particular thing to improve on. He's certainly changed his body a little bit. He's up to 265 pounds now, put on a 10, 12 pounds of muscle since the end of the season ended. He's increased his vertical leap, if you can believe that. And so I think he will get better at that, but yeah, that is a question. There's no question. He's got to show that that is something he can do on a regular basis in today's NBA. If it was 10 years ago, it wouldn't be an issue, but in today's NBA, it is.
Also played a lot of 4 at Arizona. He's likely to be a 5 in the NBA. That may help him defensively as well. Let's send it back over to the, I'm not going to call it the kiddie desk all night. I'm just not going to call it
Table of Champions.
Table
of Champions.
Thoughts on Deandre Ayton? And let's start with the offensive package and the versatility that he could potentially bring to the Phoenix Suns. How good an offensive player are we talking about here, guys?
Offensively, I love Deandre Ayton, Stu, just because he's that dynamic roller. He'll set good screens. He's now up to 265, so he can set screens, hold them, roll down the lane, and create a problem. And he's very good catching the ball, finishing in traffic. And then at the same time, he can pop out. He has range out to about 15 to 17 feet. So I like that part of his game. I think offensively, he'll be able to do some things on the block as well. He showed me some quick spin moves, some up and unders, has a nice jump hook. So he has a great offensive repertoire. I think early on in the NBA, he'll be able to make his mark on offense right away, especially for a team like the Phoenix Suns. They are starving for a Deandre Ayton type of big man. They need his offense.
Yeah, without question. And, we'll spend a lot of time tonight talking about strengths and weaknesses of a lot of these players. And we'll also spend some time talking about today's NBA and the fact that they've gone small. But when you have an imposing figure like Deandre Ayton with his mobility and his strength, if you're going to make a decision defensively to switch on Deandre Ayton while he's rolling to the rim, that's going to be an instant 2 points. And I agree with you. I like his versatility because right now he has a good, solid mid-range shot, but I can project him to shooting an NBA corner 3 in time without question. I think his mechanics are very good. He's also a very good passer. He recognizes double teams. We saw a little bit of that at Arizona. He has the ability to pass out of a double team. So here's a guy that physically has a great package. Skill-wise, I think a tremendous package. And rather than focusing on what the concerns may be defensively, I think defensively he may alter teams' ability to defend him and defend the Phoenix Suns.
Defensively, I like a lot. He's not a great shot blocker yet.
No, he's not.
But he has shown at times he can move his feet on the perimeter with guards. I've seen several times in games he's had to switch screen and rolls. He's moved his feet, changed direction several times, and even blocked the shot at the rim. So I think defensively he's equipped for today's NBA because he's not slow-footed. He's not a big Steph. He's not the plodding center of the 90s. He's not that type of guy. He just doesn't have that shot blocking skill that we would like to see from somebody with that height.
And Brandon, as a big guy, oftentimes, being able as a big guy to defend is all about angles. It's all about coaching and understanding and recognizing situations. And I think as he starts to gain experience in this league, I think you're going to see a lot of improvement in him defensively in terms of covering the floor and being able to execute defensive schemes.
Yes, I totally agree.
Well, and certainly athletically, you would think he could adapt defensively. In terms of the Phoenix Suns, look, they were the worst team in the league. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, they need talent. Right, they need talent. So it's not necessarily just a need pick here because they need a lot.
Right.
But the complementary player to Devin Booker makes a lot of sense for them. I don't know if it's Kobe Shaq, as Ayton has suggested, but it certainly makes sense.
Well, look, you look at the roster of that Suns team, and you've got Josh Jackson, you've got T.J. Warren as guys that potentially defensively could be very, very complementary and good wing defenders. Devin Booker's not a defensive player. I think
Sure.
it's fair to say
Right.
that's not his forte. But, hey, he scores 30 a night, so that's
Right.
okay. That's all right.
okay.
You're funneling everything to the big man now. You're funneling everything to Ayton now to let him try and block shots and change games that way. I think it's – look, you have to try it is what I would say if I was the Phoenix Suns. You have to see if it works.
It will work. You know, one thing I'll say about him is he gets out on those first 3 steps. When he's able to get out and run in transition, because the Suns like to get out. They like to get out and run. And he's a big guy that can change ends very well. And that's going to be very helpful in that system.
Still, we won't know until we know that they make the pick, but
Right.
it's hard to imagine them not making it.
There's nothing to suggest that they're
there's-
not doing that.
And there's nothing to really argue that you shouldn't make
Right.
it either, right? It seems fairly obvious.